Hello, everyone. Today is March 2nd, 2026. And today I'm going to be talking about a topic that honestly I did not want to talk about at all. I had really thought to myself that I was just going to ignore this topic completely. However, it's such a big topic right now, and one that's definitely not going away anytime soon. And it's the quote unquote elephant in the room, as the title of this video suggests. And so I thought that I should discuss it. And that topic is the current situation and conflict that's going on in the country of Iran, or Iran in English, between the United States, Israel, Iran, and what other Middle Eastern nations are involved. So I became aware. I mean, the conflict is all over the news and U.S. media. I don't know what country you're from, but I can almost guarantee you've probably at least heard a little bit about it, if not a lot, whatever country you're from. But especially in the United States, if you're from the United States, it's you're getting bombarded by the news of the conflict that's going on in Iran right now. And so it's such a big topic that I was like, I need to talk about it, but I probably should talk about it. I like doing my food reviews, and I like talking about my daily life and stuff like that. But it just felt disingenuous, I suppose you can say, just to totally ignore this topic like it's not going on, like this stuff is not happening. So anyhow, the first I've heard about it was a few days ago, and the particulars of something like this are always, I want to say, sketchy at best, because it relies upon reporting of others. And one thing is for certain, that there is definitely bias in the media, regardless of what country you live in, and the United States is no exception. And so whatever your country is in, the media of that country will a lot of times say favorable things for your country or for their allies, such as, with the current situation that's going on. It's, how the media spins it. They don't spin it like, oh yeah, the United States, we're doing something wrong in Iran, right? Or, that Israel's doing something wrong. No, instead the media says, something along the lines of, I don't know, just like they were doing the right thing. I mean, for those who were around during the times of the Iraq War and Afghanistan, I mean, that was very prevalent. It was like, yeah, we're fighting terrorism, and and it's the same talk that's right now about Iran. It's like trying to prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapon. Same thing they said about Iraq, 25 years ago or whatever. So definitely the United States media spins its word like, hey, we're doing the right thing. We're trying to prevent these countries from, having nuclear weapons, or this country is doing this or that wrong, or, they're harboring terrorism, or whatever it may be. I mean, it's, again, especially in the United States, I mean, the propaganda has been the same, all the way back to Vietnam War, and trying to paint them, the Vietnamese people as whatever, communist or whatever it may be, And so, so my point in saying that, it's hard to find out what the truth is of like who started it, what's going on, why is this going on. You would think that you could just look up the news to get the truth, is my point. And that's definitely not all the case. That's definitely not always the case, because your local media, or whatever country you're from, I don't care if you're from England, India, Germany, Canada, United States, wherever, your the media in your country is going to spin it to where, your country is not in the wrong. Okay. And so one of the first things that I heard of with this current conflict that's going on is apparently it was reported that an elementary school, an all girls elementary school in I believe the city was Minab. I don't know how to pronounce it. It was Minab in Iran. Israel had dropped a bomb or something on that elementary school, and the death toll keeps going up. But at the last I checked, it was well over 100 people, mostly children, presumably, that were killed at that elementary school in Minab, Iran. Because Israel was reported in the media that Israel had dropped a bomb on around near, in the presence of this elementary school, killed a bunch of elementary school girls, presumably killed staff members, whoever, principals, school teachers, whoever else is working at that school. And so that was one of the first things that I heard about, of this conflict. One of the first major things, right? And so that's bad. Obviously, I mean, it's atrocious. I mean, it's atrocious, right? Just taking at its surface value, if one country is bombing another country, and if that country is targeting even an area that has, an elementary school in it, and they're killing, innocent civilians, not to mention innocent children, that's atrocious, right? Okay, and so the first spin I heard on that in our media and other, U.S. media, was that, oh no, it wasn't Israel who dropped the bomb on that elementary school. It was Iran. They dropped the bomb on the school themselves to make it seem like it was Israel, this and that. And so this is the nonsense that goes on in the media, again, around the world. And this goes back to what I was saying, a few minutes ago, that you don't even know. It's so hard to find out what the truth is, what's really going on, with conflicts like these, because the medias of different countries, whether it's Iran, United States, again, wherever country, they're all going to spin it in their own way. You would think that, hey, I could turn on the news or read a newspaper or look on TV or whatever and get the facts. It's not the case. And so that's one of the main reasons I didn't even want to talk about this at all, because it's hard to talk about something when you don't even know the absolute truth is what's going on, right? I don't want to come and make a video and say condemning Israel for bombing an elementary school and killing, innocent children, if that's not really what happened, right? Obviously, I don't want to do that. But on the opposite side, again, the reason I did make this video is because I didn't want to ignore this whole conflict and not talk about it at all either. Anyhow, so that happened. So as far as I know from all the media that I looked at, the school was bombed. It was hit with a bomb or some sort of bomb, and innocent children and whoever else were killed. Again, whether it was Israel or, whoever, that happened, right? And so, it already started off really bad. And then I think that like the day after or whatever, then it was announced that the United States has started bombing Iran, and that we supposedly killed their head leader. I don't know his name. It's some long Arab name, but their supreme leader or whatever they call him, right? And again, it's like, I hate to belabor this point, but it's the point of, us, me and you, we're just going by what they tell us, what they say, And I mean, it's been proven time and time again that the media lies sometimes, the governments lie sometimes, and so really, it's really hard to know what the truth is sometimes, and that's the most frustrating thing with politics or world news or whatever. It's just trying to get the straight scoop of what really happened. But that's what's reported. Again, that's what's been reported here in the United States. We've been attacking Iran. And the supreme leader guy was killed, maybe some other top officials, and we're taking claim to that, and again, I heard about the elementary school being bombed in Minab. So that's currently going on, this whole conflict. And then obviously now that Iran's being struck, they're striking back, understandably so. I mean, if your country's being attacked, you want to attack back, right? And so now, I think Iran they even admitted that, okay, they don't have the capabilities or technology or whatever to actually hit American soil, which they would presumably like to do. So what they've been doing instead is just attempting to hit American, like, I don't know, embassies or bases or whatever in countries that are surrounding their country. So yeah, so it's just all a mess. Anytime, again, I mean, you can go back to the Iraq War, Afghanistan War, you go back to Vietnam, World War I, World War II. I mean, you go back to Civil War. It's just all political nonsense, and that's why I didn't want to talk about it. I really, really didn't, right? But again, it just felt disingenuous to, say, come on here and make a video about, eating a Snickers bar or something like that. When, there's again, there's this elephant in the room that's going on in the world, and I'm just going to come on here and talk about something else. I thought about it. I'm like, hey, maybe I should just ignore this topic, not talk about it, let politics be politics. But it's so widespread in the news and the media, and presumably, international media too. Whatever country you're from, you're probably hearing about this, this conflict that's going on. And so my main thoughts on it are, again, me and you, whoever you are watching this video, we're just average run-of-the-mill people. Say your country, say you're not from the United States, and say your country is doing the same thing. Say you're from Israel, for example. Let's just say you're from Israel, right? And your country, let's just say that really happened. That the Israel government did drop a bomb in the city of Manab, and they did hit the elementary school, and did in fact kill all the elementary school girls and whoever else, staff members, whatever, right? Let's just say that's the facts of what happened, right? And let's say you are a guy like me from Israel, right? I was thinking about this in my head. I was like, it would be ignorant of me. Couple of things. It'd be ignorant of me, for one, to try to bash all Israeli people for something that their government is doing. Okay? First of all. Just like, again, say when the Iraq War was going on, and you go way back to when the United States bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki with atomic bombs, killing hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians, right? And obviously, over the years, over many wars, people have their hatred for the United States has grown because of that, right? But just as I wouldn't want someone from another country to hate me personally, as Matt, I wouldn't want, say, someone from, I don't know, whatever, Sweden. I wouldn't want someone from, say, Sweden to hate me because my country is, bombing these other countries and killing innocent civilians, because I'm just a regular. I have no say in this. I didn't vote for the war in Iraq or Afghanistan, or I didn't vote for this current conflict that's going on in Iran. I wasn't even alive during the Hiroshima and Nagasaki thing. So just as I would not want someone to hate me for something that my country's government is doing, I thought to myself, equally so, I thought it would be ignorant of me to hate on, say, or, to put down all Israeli people for something that their government is doing, right? Because, like I said, there's ordinary citizens. I thought about this. I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? There's probably a guy somewhere in Israel, for example, that's like me, that's like really low income, like struggling to, say, pay rent and struggling to not be homeless and trying to take care of his family and this and that, right? Just a regular run-of-the-mill guy in Israel, right? There's got to be at least one, right? And this guy, he doesn't agree with his country, bombing Iran and killing innocent civilians, this and that. You're right. Just saying, in theory, there's at least one guy, right? And so, so it would be ignorant and wrong of me to hate on that guy or others, who are just regular people like me, just trying to get by day to day, go to work, or trying to survive, and their country's doing something bad. It's not their fault. It's not the individual civilian's fault, is my point. And so, so that was one thing that I thought about. And then equally so, say someone from the country of Iran. And, over the years, we've heard of, some of the leaders in Iran, even the guy who was supposedly killed, the supreme leader guy, saying like, oh, hey, death to America and this and that, right? But again, I can't stress enough that is the leaders. That is the government. I can't, it would be disingenuous, using that word again, to assume that all the people in Iran feel the same way. Does every single person in Iran hate Americans and want us all dead? Probably not. Does every single person in Israel, hate Arab countries and want them all dead? Probably not, And so that was my first thought, For thousands of years, countries have been going to wars with other countries. Thousands and millions of innocent people have been killed. And one thing is for absolute certain, is the people of those nations, whether it's ancient Rome or Greece or modern day Russia or United States, USSR, or Israel or Iran, there's regular everyday folks in all those places like me or like you who are just trying to do their day to day. They ain't trying to go to war with another country. They're not trying to kill these people or that people. They're just trying to survive, get food to eat and whatever. And they don't agree with all this nonsense that's going on. And that's kind of where I'm at. And that's why I decided to make the video. Just to say that, hey, this ain't me. This ain't my doing. Again, as an American, I didn't sign up. I didn't sign up our country to go start, attacking Iran or Iraq or Japan or any of those places. I'm just a regular, run-of-the-mill guy. Not that smart, definitely not that a lot of money, not that good looking, just regular, really run-of-the-mill guy I am. Just me, that's it. And yeah, I don't condone this stuff. I don't agree with it. I don't want it to happen. And that's it. So that's my take on it. This global politics going on and all this stuff, and I'm just that's a regular guy out of 300 and something million people in the United States. I guarantee you, there's a lot of us who don't want nothing to do with this. There's a lot of us, like millions, who don't want to go to war with another country. We didn't want to go to war in Iraq and Afghanistan, and we don't want to go to war with Iran or Russia or China. We don't want none of that. Millions of us, I guarantee you, there's millions of us out there. We don't agree with this. We don't agree on preemptively attacking a country without any basis whatsoever. We hate it when our country lies to us. Again, if you're old enough to remember, in the early 2000s, President Bush and all his cronies, they swore up and down that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction, and that's why we need to go in there and this and that. It turned out to all be lies, And so what I'm telling you is, it's me personally, and a lot of other people were fed up with all this lies and deceit that our leaders use as justification to go to war with whatever country it is. And that's it. So yeah, I don't agree with that. I definitely don't agree with bombing, a school, or anything like that. I mean, literally, elementary school, all girls elementary school was bombed in Iran, killing well over 100 people. Again, schoolgirls, staff members, whoever else, And I don't agree with that. And I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's anti-American. I don't think it's anti-anything for me to say, just to come out and say, hey, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And that's it. But there's nothing we can do. Me, just a little guy in the United States, there's nothing I can do. And you're a little guy or a girl in your country, again, whether you're from Canada, Germany, Switzerland, or wherever you're from, Iran, Israel, nothing you can do, nothing I can do. And it sucks. It sucks that there's nothing we can do. And so it's still going on. People are going to die on all sides, and they already have been. I think we already lost U.S. service members, which is terrible. Obviously, Iranian people, they've been killed. There's probably going to be Israeli people going to get killed, and other people in the Arab countries around Iran are going to get killed. And I think it's all unnecessary, and it's all nonsense. So I don't know. That's my take. Anyhow, that's it. That's all I'm going to say about it. So like I said, it is March 2nd, but since this video is so long, my internet is slow, and so it's probably not going to get uploaded to sometime tomorrow. I think we're going to take the bus to Walmart tomorrow, so maybe I'll even wait till we go to Walmart, because Walmart's Wi-Fi is way better, because otherwise this video is going to take hours to upload. And so you'll probably see this video tomorrow on March 3rd. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you guys next video.